aware your oral health is important to your overall well-being. But when was the last time you visited your dentist? When are you thinking of getting rid of your 12-month-old toothbrush? As we celebrate World Oral Health Day on the theme, Say Ah, Think Mouth, Think Health. Well, we focus on bad breath, also known as halitosis, and how failure to brush your tongue can contribute to the problem. Maxwell Agbagba has more in this report.
Say ah. You probably have heard this from your dentist, but are you confident opening your mouth to say ha? Bad breath, also known as halitosis, has bruised many egos. It has also ended many relationships. For this 28-year-old teacher at one of the basic schools in the central region, the situation can sometimes even deter students from actively participating in class activities as they fear they could be mocked by their colleagues.
It is really causing a lot of harm, let me say, in the classrooms to ask the teachers and other colleagues speak loud. The friends who will be teasing them, they wouldn't allow them to come closer to them. So for them, they will shy off and then sometimes they withdraw from other friends. Even during classes, they wouldn't get up to answer questions. You see, they wouldn't come out boldly, even if they know the answer for your question, they wouldn't come out to answer because they know their friends will tease them with a bad breath that will come out of there. But then you know the dexes, we don't have only one, we have a dual one that two in. So definitely one person will get to smell that lemon.
For 15-year-old Nana Kwame Amponsa, he had to end his friendship with one of his mates because he had bad breath.
That time he didn't brush his teeth. He had some odor in his mouth. So that time I couldn't even endure it. So I couldn't get close to him.
A senior dental surgeon at the Kolibu Teaching Hospital, Dr. Kwesi Blankson, says dental decay and failure to brush the tongue are some of the causes.
Halitosis in its classic, term or sense refers to what we say a condition where there's excessive bad odor, mouth odor. In fact, close to about 60 to 70% of the time, the cause is something we can find in the mouth, like caries, tooth dental decay is a cause of bad breath. And then oftentimes people would come and you see, when you look at the tongue, carefully, microscopically, you realize that they are made up of these hairs. Now, these hairs, as we eat, they trap a lot of debris and food and dirt. Now, when proteins are trapped, then the bacteria that we spoke about that are naturally found in the mouth, they feed on these proteins. Proteins are made up of sulfur. Okay, if you want to know what sulfur smells like, you leave egg to rot. Yeah, that's what sulfur. So you can imagine that these things are left for a long time, and then the bacteria feeds on the proteins up, and they produce the sulfur gases. That could be a source of bad breath. So there are certain times that people come, and then one simple remedy to solving halitosis is you ask them to brush their tongue. Okay, so when you brush your teeth, one good way to resolve it is you dedicate an extra minute to basically scrubbing your tongue. We say that the teeth are not meant to be scrubbed; they are meant to be cleaned. You see, but when it comes to the tongue, it should be scrubbed. Okay, and that is also one other important cause of bad breath. There are other causes of bad breath.
Closely tied to bad breath is what some people use in keeping their teeth clean. The chief of Bongo in the Upper East region at the program recounted how excessive fluoride in their drinking water discolored his teeth. He says he sometimes bled from his mouth in an attempt to keep his teeth white.
I was always fighting every day. I had to fight to defend myself because I knew that I didn't have rotten teeth, but it is because of the fluoride. But even that I didn't know that it was the cause of fluoride. So anytime I came home on holidays, my mother would tell me, go and get a cassava branch Where can you get cassava in home? Go and get charcoal. I will drop my teeth at that time, blood will come out. They will never become white. Until I got to realize that it was the work of fluoride.
Brush your teeth with Pepsodent twice daily and dedicate some time to cleaning your tongue. You should be able to say "ha" with confidence the next time you are asked to do so.
Well, Maxwell Agbagba with that report. But have you had the unpleasant duty of telling a friend, colleague, or family member about bad breath? Well, we spoke to some of you on the streets of Accra.
Yes, several times.
How was the experience like?
Bad. It was awful. Like, I couldn't breathe. I don't think I'll do that because the person will find it offensive, and I think probably if the person sees me, he or she wouldn't be able to even look at me. Like, the person will lose his self-confidence, so I wouldn't tell the person. I think I'll cut the conversation short because I wouldn't be able to tell the person that you have a bad odor, so I'll just cut it short and just walk out.
Yes, I have. How was the experience like? Very bad. One, you can't breathe, and sometimes you can't even think because the smell is just awful. It will be very difficult for me to tell the person though, but I think I can only tell the person if I have a relationship with the person, as in if the person is my friend, then that one I'll know how to go about it, jokingly or in a very friendly manner. I'll just say it. But if the person is a stranger, then that one I won't be able to. It will be very difficult.
Yes, sometimes in Trotsky's and then the person just talks, maybe pass the money on to the mate, and then the it's very bad. It's not easy because it's something about them, and people don't normally like the truth. So they would rather you live with them with a lie than tell them that, oh, you have bad breath, so do something about it. So it's very, very difficult because people don't take lightly to it. I'll be strategic. Like every time I'm coming around you, I'll buy mints. So if I'm eating, I'm like, mints, I'll give you, or minty gums and all that. Because I can't tell you to do something about it, but mints will surely give you fresh breath so that I'm okay, I'm free. When I leave, you can go and talk to other people with.
Yes. There's someone in my class who has a bad breath, yeah. Oh, it's very difficult because you can't sometimes get closer to the person to talk to the person. You have to be far away and be talking to the person. Sometimes not nice. Oh, I'll find a nice way of telling the person so that the person won't feel offended because maybe it's not his or her fault.
It's very difficult, like, because you can't stand the breath coming out of the person's mouth, but you don't have any option. You have to adjust to it, especially when you're in a church or and somebody is close to you and the person won't just shut up, they just keep talking. You hold your breath for some time, you don't want to breathe, it's difficult. I would buy Pepsodent for you, parcel it in a nice way, tell you I have a gift for you.
I would advise the person to brush frequently and if possible get medicine to treat it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Is it easy or is it difficult?
It's so embarrassing, yeah.
How do you feel when you have communication with someone with bad breath?
You don't show it, but like the person might feel like your facial expression will kind of show, yeah.
So how would you help someone with bad breath?
Just advise the person to use Pepsodent or Closer or any other thing. Like.
What about you?
Yeah.
How is your difficulty?
It's difficult. You can't tell the person. You can't go straight to. But I don't know. Yeah, you can't tell the person.
But how would you help the person improve on their breath?
Can be giving them mint and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of times. It's very difficult. Sometimes you have to go back a bit. Maybe sometimes you have to talk to the person to hear you. But because of the bad breath, you have to move a few meters away before talking to the person, which is very difficult at times. Yeah. So I'll put myself in the person's shoes. If I was told the same thing, how I feel. So maybe I'll tell the person I was in the same position sometimes, and someone advised me on a way to do it. So
Yeah, a lot of times. It's difficult. You feel uncomfortable because sometimes you need to get back and you can't breathe yourself. Like, I'll tell the person to find a gum, or brush well.
Of them all over the place, and I don't know why
they can't detect it because your nose is close to your mouth. And come on, if you breathe in, you breathe out, you should know that your mouth stinks. But I don't know why they are still living with it. Come on, I mean, you start letting your mouth suffer and your nose suffer at the same time. Well, first of all, it should depend on how the person will take it. I'm a blunt person. I'm very straightforward. I can tell you when you have bad odor or even your mouth stinks. I will just tell you point blank because it's not a nice thing. It's not a nice thing for me to be inhaling such bad odor from you. Using a mouthwash. You can use a mouthwash regularly, and then you brush very well the tongue. Specifically, you should clean the tongue deeply. You know, all those things are remedies. But people don't know all this. They just talk to us and go like, whoa, who blow me fuse and kasa. What I say? It is.
It's definitely a big challenge for many, but as we commemorate oral health today, I just hope you visit your dentist, at least if you haven't done that in the past 6 months, and just give yourself some good oral hygiene. And maybe just a personal trick, just try and floss occasionally and rinse your mouth, especially after eating, or popping some mint, or like my camera technician is saying, you can just try and be sure that you have good breath before speaking to someone. We'll take a quick breather now. Up next is Business News.